Okay, so today I want to talk about the flip side of joy. And I know for those of you who have seen my other video, you're probably thinking, you, the person that wants to talk about joy in the middle of chaos, wants to talk about the flip side of joy. And the answer is yes. Why, yes, I do. Because I know that there's a flip side to that. I understand I am human. Just because I have this platform where I want to be able to just inspire joy in people doesn't mean that I don't have those days. I can't be inspajoyful 24/7, people. I'm human. However, I do believe that even though we have those moments, that we have to try to work ourselves out of it, right? So today, for example, woke up this morning, just was not feeling inspajoyful at all. I knew I was walking into a work meeting. I have just like so much stuff going on. If I start to think too much about all of those things, it's really easy for me to put myself into a place of anxiety, into a place of fear, into a place of almost like a sadness too. Just you name it, any emotion that we could possibly go through, we can experience that if we allow ourselves to get to that place and think too much about that. So I wanted to talk about that because I got to thinking, you know what? I was being hard on myself this morning thinking, Letty, you are not being inspajoyful. And here you are trying to tell everybody that they're supposed to be inspajoyful in their circumstances. And how the heck do you expect to be able to do that if you can't even get your own crap together? Well, this is what I felt God telling me. You can take it for what it's worth. I want to take it for how Father meant it for me, which is, I am human. That is why I have the dependency that I do on my Father, because I need him. I need him to help me get through those days where I wake up in my human state of feeling just crapped out. There's no other way to say it. I just feel crapped out. But it takes a really huge endeavor on my part to actually get out of that, to take I'm not saying like leaping into it like, oh, well, now I'm down and oh, now I'm joyful. That is not what I mean. That is almost impossible to do. And if you can do that, kudos to you. But for me, it is not like that at all. For me, it's more of a process. For me, it was this morning waking up, just feeling down. Quite honestly, let's be raw and transparent here. Okay. Inspajoy was down all morning this morning, and to the point of I'm on the phone with a friend, on the phone with my husband. I can't even explain what is happening. I'm just down. And so I have finally gotten to this place of realizing that, okay, you know what? I am human. We're all human. It doesn't matter who. Tony Robbins is human. You know, whoever, you name it, Brendan Burchard, he's human. Everybody, all of these guys that preach motivation and all of that, they have bad days too, and they would tell you that. It doesn't mean that what they have to offer is not valid. They share so much good motivational information that you should latch onto, that you should take it and run with it because it's good information. The thing is that we have to move past ourselves in order to get to that place. And so this morning, I had to get to that place of making a decision. Either I was going to continue in that frame of mind of thinking, okay, well, this day has just gotten me and whatever, or getting to the place of saying, you know what, I don't want to live that way. I actually do want to live with joy. And so I have to get to a place of saying enough is enough. So I can't expect to take 10 steps forward and just be in this very happy place, but I sure as heck can take one step forward of just saying, you know what, I'm going to take one step forward and do something that is going to bring me some joy, whether that is just thinking about, you know what, here's a perfect example. I got to thinking about the families. My son is in the Navy. I had a very big scare last Friday thinking, holy crap, I could have lost my son. Now, mind you, he was not on the base where it happened. However, it's still too close for comfort. But then I start to think about the families that did lose loved ones that day. And there are so many other situations. I know it just happened in Pearl Harbor. It just happened. There was another shooting yesterday. I mean, there's just so many things happening in our world, and not to mention the loss that has happened of you losing loved ones because of health reasons, or maybe you've gone through a divorce, or I mean, you name it. I know there's a lot of circumstances out there. And so my heart goes out to all of you. It goes out to all of you. And I know that it is extremely difficult to find joy in certain moments. But the only thing I do ask is that today you just do one thing, just one thing to get you one step closer. It doesn't mean that you are going to feel completely happy and eluded to be alive today. And I hope to God that if you are feeling like you don't want to be alive, that you do get the help that you need, because that is so important. Please reach out to somebody, a mentor, a counselor, somebody. Reach out to somebody. But I hope that I can help you at least feel a little bit more inspajoy to be able to take one small step in a positive direction to say, you know what, I don't want to be like this all the time, and I do want to take baby steps towards feeling that complete and utter joy that God wants me to experience today. And so that is why I wanted to talk to you about the flip side of joy today, is just to say, you know what, it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel the flip side of joy. The danger is when you decide to stay there, when it decides to reside in your heart instead of leaving that space for God to be able to heal and to bring in the joy that He so passionately wants to give you in abundance. So that's my goal for you today. Okay, that is my challenge for you today, is just to, if you're in that moment like I was this morning of just feeling like, you know what, I'm just cracked out and I don't care and I don't want to feel it right now, I don't want to deal with it, I am just going to challenge you to take one small baby step. One baby step. I don't care how you take it or what you have to do. Maybe it's just getting a Starbucks coffee. Maybe it's actually calling a friend and saying, you know what, I'm just having a day. Can you just help me through this? Pray with me, something. Maybe it's none of that. Maybe it's saying, kind of like what I did with the Navy situation, is, man, there are so many other people that have it worse. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it is so true. There are so many people that may have it worse. And maybe you are the worst case scenario. Maybe you actually have recently lost a loved one and you are really struggling with that. Then my prayer for you is that someone will come that will be able to help bring that comfort for you, that will be able to just love on you, because I know that that is what God created us to, is to love on each other, to encourage each other, to support each other, to cry with each other, even to cry with each other. So today, that is my word for you, is think about the flip side of joy. It's okay to feel it, but then you have to flip it back around and take one baby step forward towards finding that inspajoy for yourself, for your own heart's sake, for your own mind's sake, for your livelihood, so that you can actually sorry guys, sometimes I say things and then after I say it I'm just like, wait, that didn't sound right. But for your sake, I want you to at least take one baby step so that you can experience at least a little bit of peace in the midst of all of that. And I am here for you guys. If for some reason you have no one, please find me on social media or my website. There is an area there that you can send me a comment. You can even post it here, or like on social media. If you're watching this on social media, please put comments on there. I would love to be able to reach out to you. We can message each other, whatever it is. But I want to help. I want to help in any way that I can, because you know what? I know what it's like to have a sucky day, but we don't want to stay there. I don't want you to stay there. So try your best. One small baby step. Small. That's all you need to do. If you can take a few, take a few. But otherwise, at least take the one. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful day, and make it an inspajoyful day. Try to make it an inspajoyful day if you're not having that. And as always, don't forget to be an inspajoy for other people, because that is where you start getting out of yourself to feel a little bit more joy, because you were able to bring joy to somebody else. You guys have an inspajoyful day. We'll catch you next time. Bye.